understood that term before this year, but because when I get attacked so much, it's just a constant thing, and it's so painful, and because I know the person is going to get hurt, they keep doing that. I don't want anybody to get hurt. I'd rather see them get clear of it, you know. But they throw demons, and they don't know they're throwing demons. But nonetheless, you know, when you go through, I cut everything away from me and throw it back to where it came from, or throw it into the pit, right, and seal it with the name of Yeshua because of what that name does, the name above all names, because the Yod is number 1 10 times. It comes in the physical as
he's the righteous judge,
and comes into the physical to create new matter, right? And
so that's righteous judgment on the elemental, like on the atomic level or subatomic level.
Yes, on a spiritual level, because we're in a spiritual war. The physical world is just a distraction.
The physical world is definitely not the most real of what's going on. There's a more real unseen dimension that has more influence, and where the physical world's actually the result of this unseen realm. So that most of what's going on in our prayers or something is to put out. It's kind of like throwing rocks into the dark. You're like throwing rocks into the unseen and trying to hope that it. Well, they're kind of like guided missiles. If you did your prayer right, it's gonna create your shield or something. Or yeah, it is. It's kind of like celestial. It's kind of like how Sherry Shriner gets kind of like this space age celestial battle going on here.
Well, it is. It really is. Read on her website, Angels in the Flesh. I mean, boy, did that ever hit me hard, because, yep, I was already thinking that all my life. But I couldn't say anything. You know, yeah, I got my harp and my wings. I'll come play Christmas. But here's the thing I wanted to tell you. The two brothers, you know, the two tribes, the two boys.
Oh, Ephraim and Manasseh?
What?
The two brothers, Ephraim and Manasseh?
No. Abraham's sons, before the Muslims and the Jews split up as brothers.
Oh, okay, yeah. Abraham was before the people of the book, so.
The God of Abraham and Isaac, and that God has a name. Yod He Thou He. Okay. Yod is number 1 10 times. Now, what that means is number 1 is the all-pervading primordial force of everything that is and is not. It's the first principle. That's number 1. This is the physics of it. They say in the mystic books, if you know your ABCs. So B then is Bayit or Beth, or, you know, just a container or the house for holding that, and it takes that energy and it moves it into structures. That's a female, and that's number 2, and number 1 is male.
Syllable? Are you talking about the syllable 1 and syllable 2 of the word?
Well, this is your alphabet. I'm just going to start with the A, B, C, D, and then I'm going to go back to the name of God. Okay? The A, B, C is the organic movement, Gimel, camel, of all containers. B, containing Aleph. A, or number 1. 4, physical existence. So A, B, C equals D. There's an equals in there, they don't tell you. Physical existence, when acted upon by 5 Hey, actually allows it to play the life-death principle. And
so this word is like an equation?
It's an equation. This is
and that's what Jehovah is. Yahweh or Jehovah, that's an equation, huh?
That's an equation. Now, when we take that equation and we say, okay, let's change the old law and change it to the new law. Well, let's see what the equation is.
Is this the old and the new covenant?
The word vibration or breath, which is what you would use because that's manna, and you're using a word and it's a vibration of something, and you have that, and that's your idea of what it is that you think you need. Then, hey is the visual picture of the end result. Now, how are you going to get there? The picture, it looks like a little box, okay? then thou is the nail that nails it in. That's your emotions, how you feel about it, good, bad, or ugly, which equals the second hey, which has a dot in it. Uh-oh, something has been manifested because it's now in a box. So it's equals. There's 1, 2, 3 equals fourth letter, usually.
Spirit goes into matter.
It becomes matter. So if I want a house, I'm going to say, I need a house. I'm going to put a lot of mana into that. I'm going to do deep breathing. I'm going to say the words, vibration, feel what it's, I'm going to have that idea of the whole thing. Now, hey, the visual picture. I see myself with my hands behind my head, my feet are up on the coffee table. I'm in my new house. And I'm saying those things. Now, how would I feel if I were in that house? Oh, I don't know no, that's not how I'm going to feel. I don't know how I'm going to get it. No. I'm going to feel like, wow, I'm in my new house. It's got this and this and this and this. I'm going to see those pictures too.
Try to be humble in your new house there now.
Oh, I'm more than humble. Listen, it helps me constantly. So anyway, then it equals the second hey has a dot in it. I get my new house. And thanks be to God, I didn't have to pay anything for it, and I don't have to pay rent for it. It's free.
If you build a masjid for Allah in this world, He'll build a masjid for you that you live in as your house for eternity in Jannah or paradise.
Well, I'd rather let God build me something that He wants. Yeah, so we can build that in our brains. We can build that in. I'm building a place for God. This is what this is.
I think your greenhouse is kind of nice little place for God in there.
My artichokes are taller than me, and my dill is up to my ears.
What's up to your ears? Dill?
My ears and dill. My corn's still knee high. Anyway, let me finish this equation. So when the old covenant changed to the new, when the Spirit was sent that was prepared for all those centuries, take up, white your lamb, and get rid of the blood, get rid of the fat, get rid of the bread, because the bread carries candida, and you are standing in place of your brothers who are sacrificing babies to Baal, and you are actually offering up your sins as well as theirs. And one day you won't have to do it anymore because somebody very special is going to do that for you. And on the day he died, the lamb ran away out of the temple. At the moment he died. And so the temple was ripped from the top to the bottom, exposing the Holy of Holies, meaning everybody can go in and have what they need at any moment by going to that Spirit. Now, it changes the covenant law word, Yod Hey Sheen, Thou Hey. So the Sheen is the fire breath of life that changes karma to grace. So whatever it used to be, it's all cleansed off now. It's all clean now. You're all brand new.
That was the fulfillment of the law that Jesus mentioned, or?
That changes Jehovah to Yeshua, which is Jesus' name.
And that's the fulfillment of the covenant, or the fulfillment of the law of Moses, when he says that he's there to fulfill the law of Moses.
Yeah, that was the fulfillment, because now we have a spirit that we can trust. None of the rest of the spirits you can trust. They'll lie because they're sent. Anybody that's of God is not going to be.
Well, we know everyone. We know they went astray before Jesus came. So. They did go astray before Jesus came, so they were probably worshiping the wrong thing there.
Oh heavens! Can you imagine Rome, living in Rome, when they've got these gods and goddesses that they're not there anymore? These 15-foot, 150-foot tall gods are not there anymore.
Oh, the giants.
But